Dear student, myself Rajendra Aseri, I am Assistant Professor in Computer Science Department at Government Bangalore PG College, Didwana. Up to this point, we covered various concepts on indexing and hashing under the subject database and management system. Till now, we covered various query processing techniques. Okay. Now, in today's lecture, we are starting some new concept, and the concept name is query processing. So, uh, we covered various type of relational algebra queries, SQL, that is structured query language, tuple relational calculus, and domain relational calculus queries. Now, while performing these type of query, one query evaluation engine perform all these query, and in every query there are some processing involved. What are these processing? So in today's lecture and upcoming 2 to 3 lectures, we will be focusing on query processing. First we will done the overview basic concept of this query processing, then how to measure a particular query cost. Means in a query, if you are writing as much as statement, or we should optimize the number of statement, depending on which statement the query cost is, we can say maximizing, or how to optimize that. All these concept we are going to understand under the measure of query cost topic. Then select operation already covered, but how to make the select operation effective and how it is processed in a query, we will be learning. Then some sorting, join operation, some other operation also listed here like merge, join operation, and then after that we will do evaluation of expression in query, right? So first topic is query processing. Now whenever we process any query, it involves some steps, right? It is not a one step process. It required a sequence of the step. The first step is parsing and translation, second step is optimization, and third is evaluation. So step by step, initially we are having a query. Suppose I am taking an example. I have a relation customer, and if I want to make a query that just I want the name of all the customer from the customer relation, right? So all the customer I want from the which relation, suppose customer. So how to write down in SQL? Select command, then after that what I want, what I want to select, customer name. So select space customer name, the column of the attribute name of the customer name column. Okay, from which relation? From the relation name is here customer. So from customer we need to write down this query. Okay, after that क्या होगा? Okay, so if you want to select customer name from the customer relation, then select customer name from the relation customer, right? Now if you want to apply some condition, then we can add one more clause, that is where clause for the condition. So initially we are having a query, first step. Now this query will go to parser and translator. So first step comes into picture of the query processing, that is parsing and translation. So the point is that whenever we are making a query, it is not directly processed. It will be first applied parser and translation process, right? So query will go to the parser and translator, and it will apply parsing and translation on the query. After this, so this step is clear. After parsing and translating, the query will go in the relational algebra expression form, and after that, so it will go to the optimization process. And in optimization, the second step is optimization. To perform the optimization, we have optimizer. For parsing, parser, and for optimization, optimizer, right? Once optimizer done a task on the query, the query will further go to the evaluation for final evaluating process and execution process. So after the optimization can pick some information from the statistics also, right? Statistics. And after the optimization, execution plan is there, and it will go to the evaluation engine. So this is the second step, this is the third step. In third step, what we are doing, main execution of or evaluation of the query. And once for doing the evaluation or execution of the query, we require some data from the database. Okay, the data will be coming in the evaluation engine, and then final corresponding to that, the output will be given to the user who made the query. So in this manner, again summarizing, initially query will be given to the parser and translator, which perform parsing and translation task. After that, the query will convert it in a corresponding relational algebra expression, and it will go to the optimization process that for the optimizer. Then optimizer will give the execution plan, and the query will further process to the evaluation engine. An evaluation engine will pick some data, required data from the database, and correspondingly it will generate the query output. So in this manner, query processing step can be implemented. Now parsing and translation, it will translate the query into its internal form. This is then translated into relational algebra expression. Already we done. Now parser main task is it check for the syntax and verify the relation. The relation is existing, it is valid relation, attributes and number of records are properly inserted. All these things, okay, related to the definition of the we can say definition of the relation. All the information will be verified by the parser. Next, evaluation. The query execution engine takes a query execution or query evaluation plan, and it executes that plan and returns the answer to the query. It will return the answer to the query, right? Now suppose we are doing one example. A relational algebra expression may have many equivalent expression. Suppose we are writing sigma for the select operation, balance less than 2500. This is the predicate or condition. Means we want to select those tuples or those record having a condition where balance should be less than 2500. Now pi of balance means pi is project operation, means we are selecting which attribute, balance attribute. In bracket we are writing the relation name from account. So in this query what we are doing, we are selecting the all the balances which are less than 2500 from the account relation, right? Now this is equivalent to writing, if you are interchanging the operation order, then it doesn't make any change in the query output. How it is equivalent to, suppose first we are making what, sigma means first we are making the condition that is on the balance less than 2500 on the account, and once it will give all the balances entry from the account which are having less than 2500, and it will give all the information, all the attribute from the account corresponding to balance less than 2500, and after that we are just removing all the other attribute other than the balance. So pi of balance will just select only the balance attribute. So both the attribute means first applying the pi and then sigma, or first applying the sigma and then pi, both are equivalent, right? Now each relational algebra expression or operation can be evaluated using one of the several algorithms. Okay, various algorithms are available. So with help of that, the particular query will be, or relational algebra expression will be executed. Now correspondingly, a relational algebra expression can be evaluated in many ways. How many ways? See, annotated expression specifying detailed evaluation strategy, which is called as evaluation plan. Example, suppose we can use an index on balance to find accounts with balance less than 2500, or we can perform complete relation scan and then discard account with greater than balance greater than equal to 2500, because we are focusing only on the balance which are less than 2500. So either pick an index, put the index on the balance and select only with the balance less than 2500, or the reverse processing, that is we can perform complete relation scan, first perform all the tuples or all the record of the relation, and then discard account which are having balance greater than or equal to 2500, because we don't want to pick the balance greater than or equal to 2500. Now optimization. Second step is optimization. What is query optimization? Among all equivalent evaluation plan, we know that for a particular query there may be more than one evaluation plan, but the question arises that which evaluation plan is most effective, which is having least cost, and which is the fastest or most optimizer. So the decision is being taken by the optimizer, right? So this task is done under the step query optimization. Among all equivalent evaluation plan, choose the one with lowest cost. How? The cost is estimated using statistical information from the database catalog, right? Example, number of tuple in each relation, size of tuple, etc. Okay. How to measure query cost? This is the question. Now, algorithm for evaluating relational algebra operations order to evaluate a complete expression. Okay, how to combine the algorithm for individual operation in order to evaluate a complete expression. So we will study some optimized queries, that is how to find an evaluation plan with lowest estimated cost in the upcoming slides. Now, in order to measure a query cost, what are the various parameters we need to consider? So, cost is generally measured as total elapsed time for answering a query. If anyone asks you that what is cost for a particular query, then you need to say that cost is generally measured as total elapsed time for answering the query. Means starting with we are making a query, and in the response it is giving the result in the form of a relation. So how much time it is taking in between is called as query cost. It is total elapsed time, okay, in answering the query. Now many factors contribute to time the cost, like disk access. If access is too slow, then definitely query cost will also be high. Second, CPU utilization or even network communication, it also play very important role while deciding the query cost, right? Now, typically disk access is the predominant cost. What do you mean by this? Predominant, because that is the pre-decided or predefined, and is also relatively easy to estimate, right? It is measured by taking into account what we need to do. In case of the disk access, we need to see number of seek, that is average seek cost, that will be average seek cost. Number of block read, that will be average block read cost. Number of blocks written, that will be average block write cost. Now cost to write a block is greater than cost to read a block. In writing, more cost is consumed, more disk access is required in comparison to reading a particular block. Now data is read back after being written to ensure. Okay. Continuing this measure of query cost, some more parameters. For simplicity, we just use the number of block transfer from disk and the number of seek time as the cost measure. Okay, so what we are taking, T of capital T, this is time to transfer one block. But for simplicity, we are just taking what number of block transfer only in the disk, from the disk, and number of seeks only, right? T of S is time for one seek or one request. Now cost for B block transfer plus S seek. One block transfer T of capital T and one seek T of S. If we are having B block, then B into T of T plus next is seek time. S blocks are there, okay, S seeks are there, S into 1 seek time is T of S. So total cost for B block transfer and S seek is B into T of T plus S into T of S. Now here we ignore the CPU cost for the simplicity, right? We can ignore that. Now real system do not take CPU cost into account, right? Now we do not include cost to writing output to disk in our cost formula. Cost to writing is also not included in this formula. Several algorithms can reduce disk input output by using extra buffer space. How? Amount of real memory available to buffer depend on the other concurrent queries and OS processes which are known only during the execution. We often use worst case estimates, assuming only the minimum amount of memory needed for the operation which is available, right? And the required data may be buffer resident already, avoiding the disk input output buffers or processes. So in this lecture, we started the concept of query processing. In that we discussed parsing and translation with help of parser and translator, optimization with optimizer, and evaluation with evaluation engine, right? Now various evaluation plans may be available, means one query can be done with the help of various evaluation plan, but point is that which is the optimized. which is the taking the minimum cost. It is decided by the query optimization, and for deciding this, query optimization will apply or will measure the query cost, and query cost depends on various factors like disk access, CPU, and the network communication. Okay, then in disk access there are various factors, various parameters like number of seek, number of block read, number of block return. Okay, so in this manner we can measure the query cost in order to decide the optimized query among all the evaluation plan. That's all from this lecture. Thank you.